Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to follow the makeup tutorial of Nikkie tutorials, which is really famous. Everybody who follows makeup loves her. So that video is called how to get long-lasting and flawless makeup all day long, and she gives us her tips and tricks about how to apply skin makeup and what to apply in order to keep it all day long, which is, you know, one of the problems of many people. Because, for example, me personally, I usually by the end of the day or in a few hours, my makeup or either gets cakey or just, I don't know, like around my nose, my chin and my forehead, it just gets a bit oily. So let's see if it actually works. I'm just gonna start the video.
Hey guys! So today I am finally doing the long-awaited tutorial on how you can create a base.
So let's get started.
Towards the dry side. So what I do is,
so she also has dry skin, as she said.
with this primer right here, I've talked about this a lot of times. This is the Sisley Double Tensor Instant and Long-Term Primer. And what I love about this primer is that it becomes really, really sticky. Now in my mind, when something is...
So she's actually using Sisley primer, which costs about, if I'm not mistaken, $192, which is insane. Obviously I don't have that primer, but as she says, it's a sticky primer that leaves the skin tacky, so whatever you apply on it just stays there. I'm gonna use something similar, to be honest. I have two options. One is Kiko Smart Radiance Cream 3-in-1. The other one is Face Studio Prime from Maybelline, which is a hydrating primer. Actually, I'm gonna go with this one. I'm just going to apply this, and she applies a lot of primer as well, like more than the other people use. That's why I'm gonna do the same as she does. Let's see what she says here.
It's really sticky. Anything you put over top is really going to cling onto it and stay there for the rest of the day. And then as you are massaging it in, you feel it becoming a little bit more tacky. When it comes to long-term makeup, something equally as important is the foundation that you wear. You can go for something sheer and very water-based. You can go for something like medium coverage but on a very oily base. I feel like to keep...
So here she's gonna use Estee Lauder Longwear foundation. We know that, right? It's like one of the best foundations. But here I am gonna use this Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, which claims to last up to 24 hours. It has pretty much similar texture like the other Longwear. Double wear, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
Especially with long wearing foundation, it is key that you move fast. Once the foundation starts drying in and settling down, it stays there. It locks in and you can't do anything to it. So if you see anything you want to blend it into the skin a little bit more, do it immediately.
I'm just trying to go as fast as possible. She's using a blender to apply foundation because I look dead. Applying a bit more since it's a buildable foundation, as I said.
When it comes to concealer, I feel like any choice is pretty safe.
Whoa. Wait.
A raw fine, it can't mess up the base really. So my favorite is Tarte Shape Tape.
Here I have the Perfect Dupe for Tarte Shape Tape. I'm gonna apply that one. She applied it in this.
I apply concealer to kind of hide.
Yeah, you applied a lot.
And I always do under eyes last. Now I do want to mention that however much you apply with this technique, it doesn't matter. it still works. If you are a full coverage queen like I am, kick it on. If you like a softer, thinner layer of coverage, this technique will still, you know, pull through. So don't feel like you have to cake it on in order for this technique to work. It's just my personal preference. I'm looking up to prevent creases.
You have to look up to prevent creases. This is what she keeps telling all the time, and that's what she does.
Now, this is where the important stuff comes in. Of course, your primer, your foundation, your concealer can all be so long lasting, but if you don't set it with a powder, it's never gonna last. That is.
I hate applying powder, to be honest. Even if I apply it, I will apply it a little bit on my lids, just with a brush like this, just to set it up and prevent creasing. But she applies a lot of powder, a lot. I hate powdery look.
There. So personally for me, I like to start with setting my under eye area. I always go in with the Derma Blend translucent powder.
So she's using Derma Blend powder. I think it's a brand of Wishy, I'm not sure. I'm gonna use this Essence All About Matte.
Underneath your sponge and make sure that all creases in your under eye area are gone. Then pick up the powder with your damp sponge and set. And notice how it has a white cast now. This will all go away once you brush it all off, so don't worry about
My
that.
under eyes right now feel super dry, and I hate this feeling.
You're gonna have to set it with a powder. And my favorite technique for this is to grab a little tiny powder puff and loose powder. And another powder I really love and really looks beautiful on the skin is by Kat Von D. This is the Lock It Setting Powder in Translucent. So both are equally as amazing. I pick some up with my powder puff and set my most oily areas of my face with that. So my cheeks don't really get oily throughout the day, so I leave that alone. But like my chin, above my lip, my nose, sides of my nose, and forehead is what gets oily for me throughout the day, so I want to lock that in.
For me, it's the same, by the way, throughout the day. Usually my forehead, around my nose, and my chin get super oily.
Now this is gonna look very messy, very ugly, and ashy, but let me tell you, in the end, it will all pull through. And all I do is literally set my face by patting the powder in. You don't want to rub it in, you don't want to smear it in, you want to pat it into place so you really lock it down. Like I said, it's not a pretty stage. So once you've done this and you've really locked in the oily parts of your face, now it's time to brush it all off and get rid of the ugly stage. So this is where I like to go in with this sharp.
It's so funny because she is using another powder to wipe off the powdery look. So she's using a pressed powder for this stage. I'm gonna use Essence Brighten Up powder
On my brush, and I start kind of where I ended with the bake. And I just gradually, like in circles, tapping circles, I set every area of my face. I like move to a new destination and like set it all. I also work in and brush away the airspun with this brush. So with this brush, you'll look very powdery, of course, because there's a lot of powder on your face. So the trick to that is doing your eyebrows, doing your eye makeup, doing your cheeks, doing your lips, and then is when we go in with our setting spray, and that is really going to transform. Now all we have to do is get rid of the under eye bake. For this, I love going in
Of
with
course,
this
another
Spiffy
powder
by Maybelline in the color 100. I like this because it is light enough for my fair skin tone, and I really like the texture and the formula of it. It just looks really nice on the skin.
I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild contouring palette, this shade for my under eyes.
So with that same e.l.f. brush, I pick up this powder and I kind of pat away the under eye bake. And that, my loves, is the most important step of this routine. Now is your time to do your brows, do your eye makeup, do all of your makeup, and then at the very end of that comes in the setting spray and different techniques of using that.
I hate this look, by the way, but I'm gonna do as she said. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and we'll come back in a second. Okay, here I am. I'm not in love with this look, by the way.
This is one of my favorite parts of doing my makeup because it really transforms everything and it just...
Hopefully.
So the magic trick to making any setting spray work is the following. And I learned this from Makeup by Mario, also known as...
So she says she learned this technique by Makeup by Mario, which is basically applying the setting spray on one side of the face, then drying it up, then doing the other side, drying it up. She says that it works well to lock the makeup in.
And this just takes away the powderiness of your face and transforms it back into skin, and it keeps it on for the rest of the day.
Okay, oh, here. Let me see how it is. Except this part. I feel like my skin is gonna fall off because how dry it is. Like, but we're gonna see it in a few hours if something changed or not. And I'm gonna use a mask as well because I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna let you know. Now I made you guys closer so you can actually see. Hello again, guys. It's been, let me see how many hours. It's been around 7 hours since I finished doing this makeup. And here I am, just to show you the results, if it actually stays on for many hours or not. To be honest, I don't like it at all because, I mean, from far, if you look at me or for pictures or something else, it looks great. It just makes my skin look nice. But the thing is that if you get closer, it's just too powdery. And after the setting spray, it actually didn't change much, but I can say that it definitely stays on. It does. The only part that didn't really stay on is on my nose. Maybe you can see here on my nose, and it's only because I wore a mask for like a few hours. The thing is that I think this makeup is perfect for powder lovers and matte finish girls. Just to let you know, it works great if you have to do a shooting, if you're going to a special event. Your makeup will stay on. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know below in the comments if you would like me to do more of these kind of videos, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.